I'm Kim Shapira, a registered dietitian in Southern California, and today I'm going to talk to you about cancer prevention. The American Cancer Society, the American Institute for Cancer Research, and the World Cancer Research Fund are all in agreement. Individuals should eat a mostly plant-based diet that includes a balance of fruits, vegetables, grains, and legumes, making this the key recommendation for cancer prevention. Studies show that 30 to 40% of all cancers are linked to dietary choices. That means almost half of all cancers are dependent on the foods you eat. Of course, there are other lifestyle factors that play a role, like getting and staying physically fit, maintaining a healthy body weight, smoking, and alcohol consumption. Regular exercise helps balance your calorie intake with your calorie output, which can help prevent obesity. And as we know through more and more research, being overweight can increase your risk for colorectal, prostate, endometrium, breast, and kidney cancers. Based on current recommendations, we should all be aiming for at least 30 to 60 minutes of physical activity a day, or at least shooting for most days of the week. Another good way to monitor your activity is to get yourself a pedometer and use it to count your steps. The average American walks just 3,000 to 5,000 steps per day. This isn't good enough. You must reach at least 10,000 steps. A pedometer makes it really easy to keep an eye on yourself, while also working as a motivating tool because you can actually see your progress. Although we have no guarantees for full protection against cancer, we do have a list of diet recommendations that at this time are our best bet in reducing our risk of disease. It's simple. Choose most of the foods you eat from plants. Aim to eat at least 5 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables each day. Men need to get at least 9 servings per day, and women should get at least 7 per day. Try swapping out simple carbohydrates like cookies for whole grains and beans. Limit your intake of high-fat foods, especially those from animal sources. Always choose foods low in fat. Be selective. This is your body, the only one you're going to get. Try limiting how much meat you eat each day. Some experts recommend to eat no more than 3 ounces per day. That is literally the size of a deck of cards. 1 deck. Although meat is an excellent source of really important vitamins, minerals, and protein, it has been linked to colon and prostate cancers. So that's the long and short of it, but I'm not done. Let me help you translate these guidelines into everyday meals and snacks. I want to point fingers at certain foods, so listen up. There is a lot of information on the 4 most common cancers in the world and in the US. There is a lot of important information on dietary choices that can possibly aid you in preventing these cancers altogether. Lung cancer, for instance, is the leading cause of death in the world. Although smoking is mostly responsible, there is more and more evidence that suggests a diet high in fruits and vegetables may be protective. So far, the winning power compound to emerge is called carotenoids. These carotenoids can be found in red, orange, and yellow foods. They are responsible for the orange in carrots, cantaloupe, and citrus fruits. They're also responsible for the reds in peppers and tomatoes, and the pink in salmon. Breast cancer is the second leading cancer in women in the world, and the risk of developing breast cancer has been linked to estrogen levels during a woman's reproductive years. What research is specifically pointing to are a couple of crucial factors. The first is the age of a woman when she first begins her menstrual cycle. The more cycles you have over your life, the higher your risk. Second, the number of pregnancies you have and if you breastfed. So the more pregnancies you have and the longer you breastfeed, it seems to lower your risk. Weight also plays a role here. Women who are overweight and postmenopausal have 2 times the risk of normal weight women. And lastly, heredity. It's a key component to breast cancer. The good news is, if your diet is high in monounsaturated fats like olives, olive oil, avocado, nuts, and also high in fruits and vegetables, you do have a reduced risk. On the other hand, if your diet is high in alcohol consumption, even with the other good stuff, your risk goes back up. Prostate cancer is the third leading cause of death in men in Australia. The good news is a diet high in vegetables may lower your risk, whereas eating a high-fat, high-animal diet will increase a man's risk. There is a nutrient, actually a potent antioxidant called lycopene, that has been found to lower your risk. It is in tomatoes and tomato products, watermelons, and strawberries. And lastly, bowel cancer, the fourth most common cancer in the world. The good news is research shows that up to 70% of colon cancer can be prevented by following a healthy lifestyle, which simply means exercise regularly, cut out alcohol, eat a diet high in vegetables, fruit, and fiber, and watch your meat intake. So based on 25 years of research in cancer prevention and diet, scientists have been able to compile a general guideline list. Let's call it the General Guidelines for Cancer Prevention. Here they are. Eat a low-fat diet. Try choosing foods with healthy fats like avocado, fish, and vegetable oils. The bottom line, cut out the unhealthy fats from animal sources and trans fats or partially hydrogenated oils in processed foods. These animal fats or saturated fats are in meat, seafood, milk, cheese, yogurt, and eggs. And these fats are linked to endometrial cancer. The trans fats are found in commercially packaged food like cookies, cakes, fried food, margarines, snack-type foods, and processed foods. And these fats are linked to non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. It is best to cut out or at least cut way down on these foods. When you are going to eat foods from any of these animal sources, always try the lowest fat version of the food. For example, choose skinless chicken breast over chicken thigh, or choose non-fat yogurt over 2%. These simple changes will make a big difference. And if you are going to eat snacky processed foods, read the label. Look for the words trans fats or partially hydrogenated oils near the end of the ingredient list. This means there will be less in the product. The second guideline to prevent cancer is to eat an abundance of fruits and vegetables. These have large amounts of antioxidants in them: A, C, E, D, B vitamins, folic acid, calcium, selenium, and zinc, all of which have been shown to decrease the damaging effects of free radicals. Just in case you aren't clear what a free radical is, let me explain it. Our bodies are made up of cells, and these cells combine to make tissues or skin. A free radical is basically a germ that can do damage to our cells. You know, someone coughs or sneezes, and this germ lands on your skin. If you didn't have the antioxidants to help, these germs or free radicals would create little cavities on your tissue, which then can lead to a cold or other infection, or worse, cancer. But an antioxidant would come along and scavenger up the free radical, keeping your cells in perfect shape. So please, go eat your fruits and vegetables. The third guideline to preventing cancer is to avoid known carcinogens from your diet. Beware and say no to dried, preserved, and cured meats and smoked foods, specifically bacon, sausage, and cured pork. There are compounds like nitrites and nitrates used to cure meats that change form into a substance called nitrosamine, which is a carcinogen. Buy organic if possible. Many additives and pesticides found in produce and processed foods also have suspected carcinogens. No matter what you buy, always wash and peel your fruits and vegetables. Be careful also when barbecuing. The more well done your meat is, the higher your cancer risk. The same goes for oils. Try not to cook oil on a high heat. If it's possible, try replacing frying with steaming or boiling. The fourth guideline to cancer prevention is to reduce your sodium intake. Try to use less salt when you cook, or not to use it at all. Try not to put it on the table. Avoid using it altogether. Trust me, your taste buds will adjust, and soon enough, you won't even miss it. Try limiting or cutting out alcohol. There is suggestive research showing a higher risk of cancer in the liver, breast, rectum, mouth, esophagus, pharynx, larynx, digestive tract, bladder, and lungs in those who drink. But here's the real kicker. If you drink and smoke, there is a synergistic effect, which means that these two combined are more likely to increase your risk than if you just smoked or drank alcohol. The sixth guideline in cancer prevention is regarding supplementation. it may be crucial for you to take a supplement. If your diet isn't up to par, you should check with your doctor. You may just benefit from a supplement. The 7th guideline, well, I said it before, but just to make sure you heard me, eat a ton of fruits and vegetables. Now be careful in how you interpret this. I am not saying to overeat. I am saying you need to cut out things in your current diet to make room for a ton of fruits and vegetables. Here are some ways to add them to your diet. Try drinking a small glass of 100% juice in the morning. Make sure it's fortified. Snack on fresh fruit during the day. Maybe grab an apple on the way out the door. Eat a big salad for lunch and dinner. Also, try adding lettuce and tomatoes to your sandwich. Bring a bag of raw vegetables to snack on during the day. Use tomato sauce as a marinade or add it to your steamed vegetables. Try adding fresh vegetables to all your meals. Put them in your pasta and rice dish. Choose fruit as your dessert. The 8th guideline to preventing cancer is to get enough fiber. Not only will this help keep you regular, but it will also help fight cancer, not to mention heart disease. The current recommendations are at least 25 to 30 grams a day. Try eating whole grains from oats, nuts, oat brands, and barley. Try eating apples, bananas, pears, prunes, mango, papaya. Don't forget to eat all types of beans and legumes. They have so much fiber. Try lima beans, kidney beans, pinto beans, chickpeas, lentils. Mix it up, try them all. Eat potatoes, Brussels sprouts, carrots, broccoli. Eat whole grain fiber cereals. Read your labels, do the math, count your fiber intake. Why not? It does your body really good. So there you have it, a list with 8 specific guidelines. The scientists have worked really hard to help you come up with a treasure map to the anti-cancer diet. Don't let yourself get sidetracked. Life isn't a rehearsal. Go out there and eat well for yourself. If you think you might need help navigating the diet, don't be shy. Find a dietitian in your area and get some help. Good luck. I'm Kim Shapira, your registered dietitian for Professorate.com.